Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
We have some big news on The Mike O'Mara Show. We've replaced Pony, our executive producer, and this man, you may or may not recognize him, but this is Pony's replacement. He's from New York. He's very, very funny, and he's also technically savvy, just like Pony Boy is. So we've been waiting for an opportunity to show Pony the door, and now we've done it. He's out of here. No,
a true pro.
I'm kidding. Before we get our guest in here, and we'll tell you all about the connectivity. Derry, New Hampshire, Fishers, Indiana, Wilsonville, Oregon, Sierra National Forest, California. Okay. Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, and Boyne Valley, Ireland. The Mike O'Mara Show is on right now, and we are joined by comedian, actor, family man, anxiety and depression sufferer.
Car guy.
Definite car guy.
Car guy. Mr. Adam Ferrara is here, and we are delighted to have him on the show. He has a podcast. It's called the Adam Ferrara Experience, and it's where Adam discusses all things sexual. So it's a lot of...
I've learned so much. I really have.
Yeah, it's called Stay Still and Keep a Secret.
Yeah. I learned how wombs work off your show.
Yeah, he won't shut up about it.
Yes, today, the womb. It should be. How are you, Adam Ferrara? How you doing?
I'm good, my friend. I'm good. Thank you for having me on. And just, I will be at the Draft House Friday and Saturday, too. I just wanted to...
Yeah, I'm printing that up right now because
Please.
we were kind of... we were out of our... there was a connectivity issue with... I'm going to say on our end that we were having some trouble connecting with Adam, and I heard everybody talking feverishly. Well, Rob, you were here. I wasn't here. What happened?
Shannon, for some reason, inserted herself into the show.
That's my wife.
Yeah.
Adam, it's very embarrassing.
Oh, Adam saw and met her.
No, I saw you. I spoke to her. I can be honest with you, Oscar. You're batting over your head.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
She's on
always
full
said
scholarship.
Yeah.
I pay for it.
But as we, as Oscar and I have talked, I think even online, we've talked a little bit about the timing.
Yeah, Shannon doesn't know when it's not showtime and it's work time sometimes.
And she just grabbed and she was telling me to adjust the mic to her voice and all of this. And I'm saying, can you just go get Oscar? Because the mic is already tuned to Oscar's voice. She says, da 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 da.
Yeah, we work together.
And then she declared, I'm Mike O'Mara. But Adam wasn't fooled.
You can see Adam October 14th and 15th. That's this weekend.
This weekend.
At the Arlington Cinema and Draft House in Arlington, Virginia. Grab your tickets and info at adamferrara.com. His podcast, The Adam Ferrara Show, 30 Minutes You'll Never Get Back, is available where all podcasts are sold. His comedy album, It's Scary in Here, is available everywhere. He is known for playing the role of Chief Needles Nelson on the FX series Rescue Me. Made a ton of cash. That's why he's got that stairway in back of him.
Right.
That looks like that stairway in back of you in your background. I'm ADD that way, so I look at things like that, and I picture you having a Christmas party with Hollywood friends, and you're in a tuxedo, and everyone is there except for you, and you live at the house, and then you come down. I can't duplicate it because I'm sitting, but you come down. Oh, hi, everybody.
Yeah, it's a circular staircase.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah. It's like from the set of My Fair Lady.
Apartment in New York, and that goes up to like a little sleep loft. And sometimes I stand up there like Ava Perón.
That's cool. That's cool. So New York is totally home base for you, right?
No, it's actually I got a house in California.
Yeah, I thought you were in down near the water. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm here because I did the Chicago Improv last week. Then I'm going to do Arlington this weekend. And then I'm at the Mohegan Sun Casino. And then I'm at the Keswick Theater the 29th in Pennsylvania. And then I go back to L.A. So
Santa Monica's home, correct?
Santa Monica, yeah.
Very cool.
So I go back and forth.
And he also has some cinematic credits as well. You may have remembered Adam's work in Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Yes.
Yes. How the Academy misses that film year after year is beyond me.
So we've had you on, and I know you, and I've been a fan of yours for a long time. And I I actually sat and watched the entire special today, and I have two words. I have two words for you, Adam Ferrara, and I will give them. I'm not giving. If I'm giving something away, to hell, I'm not. I'm not going to set up the whole joke. I have just two words: fiddler crab. That was my moment of by myself in my home, laughing out loud. It really is a wonderful stand-up special, and I love that you did it in New York, and you did it at it's the Gotham Comedy Club, right?
Gotham Comedy Club, yeah.
Yeah, and it was fantastic. So it's great to have you here. And one of the other things I learned from you when I was watching you was, especially now, that you deal with some stuff that I deal with, and I think probably people in any rung of the show business ladder deal with, and that is a little depression, little anxiety. I'm remedicated as we speak this week after the hurricane down here. So it's been crazy. It's been a crazy time, and I think when you were talking about anxiety and depression, I think they go hand in hand. I think they go.
I don't know how. Because first you're terrified. It's like, I'm afraid of the future. Oh, wait, I also regret the past. This is wonderful.
It's true. I mean, it's true.
This is what I need. I need no place. You need to be in the now. Why? Have you seen what now looks like? I'm exhausted. Have you seen the news? I can't. No, my friend called me and goes, isn't it wonderful? We blew up the asteroid that was heading to Earth. Why? That could have been the way out.
That you could have ridden
Maybe
on.
God was trying to save us all by sending an asteroid. And now God's like, really? You screwed this up too?
You know what? That was cool for me because
high-tech battering ram.
They pushed it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And they pushed it further than they wanted to push it, or that they intended to push it, and they shoved it out of the way. And what are the movies? What are the famous movies where they ride up in Armageddon?
Yeah. Deep Impact.
Deep Impact. There they are. The two ones where they do that.
That's not the movie you think it is.
But when they start doing stuff like moving asteroids aside just for fun, don't you think there's something they're not telling us? Why are they getting ready for that?
It's the same way that I believe in UFOs, that you would be, I think, foolish with the vastness. And remember we did that documentary where you helped me with the voiceover
the Cosmos.
The Unraveling the Cosmos, and you realize the vastness of it and how ridiculously tiny the Earth is.
Do you remember a line that really stuck out to you from the hours and hours of voiceover work?
No, at my advanced age.
I remember one.
Abuse.
When they sent us a list of pickups, and people should know pickups are like re-records of stuff that are not.
Oh, that's right. There's one where I have to mention really dramatically. I have to say, the moon.
Yeah.
And then I have to, so it was late in the day and we were doing this and I said, the moon, it's made of cheese. And that was, and the producers seemed to get a chuckle out of it. And all. Now, did I hear that you are, and correct me if I'm wrong, are you doing another TV project? Is there something in the wings?
Yeah,
or
I got
are you just doing?
There's stuff brewing, but it's at that stage where it's the cheese isn't ready yet. So if you say anything,
okay, so you can't say anything.
Yeah, I'll repeat after me. Lawyers.
Okay, then I'll give you. All right, optimistic, pessimistic.
I try to be optimistic, but I think we both know my background. It's like. That's the other thing. It's growing up. That's in the special, because I realized, it's going through therapy, and I'm glad you're remedicated. I have Don Julio in the morning as well. It can be harsh.
It's actually new medication that I'm on right now.
Yeah,
Gave me a migraine yesterday.
What was the last? I was on Lexapro.
I'm on Lexapro.
I'm on Lexapro.
Does it work? Does it work in you guys? Because I was on it years ago. And
I love it.
You do? What was your adjustment period?
I'll talk. The adjustment period was nil for Lexapro. The one that I'm on now, I can't believe I'm talking about antidepressant.
Can I guess?
medication.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
The NuvaRing.
No, I don't think that's. I don't think that's for depression. Is
that's
it?
Funny.
You disgust me.
That's funny.
I'm trying to talk about with Mr. Ferrara about my serious issues. And
does this procedure involve doing anything into a box?
I had to do that. The doctor, did I tell you that story when I got to get the physical? The doctor's like, because I want everything, because I qualify because of the Screen Actors Guild, so I'm getting everything done.
Right.
I'm getting
Use it.
hysterectomy.
Use it.
Paying for it. So the guy says, we need a stool sample. And I'm like, this is a Zoom visit. What kind of internet do you have? According to Rob, I don't have quick enough upload speed. We did a test before the show. There was an issue.
By the way, I'm going to jinx it. But I have not noticed any problem with that. So that's good. That's
Mike,
a good thing.
you were saying about your medication. My apologies.
Yes.
No, I mean, I'm on what's called Wellbutrin.
Oh, I've heard of it. Yeah.
And first week, and I don't notice anything appreciably different. Yesterday, I had a moment where I did sing in the car, and it was an involuntary response. That may have been a positive, but I really don't know. I feel like maybe I've leveled out a little bit.
What did you sing, though? Did you sing The End by The Doors, or did you sing Oh, What a Beautiful Morning?
I sang an original composition that I was just singing, like driving along, Oh, Prius, a little Prius.
All right, you got to get off this medication.
So, but I don't know. Is Lexapro for anxiety and depression? Right? Isn't Lexapro to take the anxiety down a little bit? And I don't mind about talking. Everybody's on these things,
I think my friends are microdosing.
Excuse me?
Like microdosing. They're microdosing
Lexapro?
psilocybin. No,
acid.
Acid.
There is
psychosomatic.
There is tremendous evidence that what's the stuff that they go down to South America
Ayahuasca.
for Central America?
Ayahuasca.
Yeah. Ayahuasca. We did a whole show.
Gentlemen, here's what we have. I cannot take a little bit of a psychedelic every day. I can't even have cheese. Okay, so I'm not. I'm not taking a hallucinogen every day.
Could you microdose cheese? You could microdose cheese just a little bit.
Not in company. I'd have to live by myself.
Lexapro, otherwise known as escitalopram, is used to treat depression and anxiety.
Yeah,
so
double dose.
Yeah,
and I think the Wellbutrin is more like to be happy.
Okay.
And
wasn't Wellbutrin for someone who wanted to stop smoking? Wasn't that one of the issues?
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
That's how I quit. It's an old drug. I think they've both been around for a long time, and but one of the side effects is migraines, which I get, and I hadn't got one in a long time, and that puts me in a funk anyway. So, but I believe in all the tools in the toolbox when it comes to getting through this life of ours. Down here in Southwest Florida, right after COVID, hey, how about a Category 4 hitting the shore here and dealing with all that? And I'm not even that directly affected by it, and I'm still affected by it. But it's cool. And then do you ever worry, or if you've ever been on any do you worry about the edge? Do you worry about losing the edge as an actor, as a stand-up? I've always thought about that when I first entertained the idea of, taking anything.
When I was younger, I was worried about that, specifically that losing the edge, because especially learning acting, because I started as a stand-up first, and I got a job on a sitcom, and I'm like, I really like this, and I want to study this because this you can study. I don't think you can teach acting. So a lot of my friends, I don't speak for all comics, but a lot of my friends that were comics that wanted to get into acting always worry that they're going to lose it. If I learn how to act, I'm not going to be funny anymore. And I think it happens when you're younger because you're not quite sure why and how you can do the things you do. You're at that point in your life where you go out to get and you're discovering stuff. Now at our age, let's be honest, boys, it's almost over.
Yeah. Very true.
You look great. Come on.
Yeah,
you look good.
This is the oldest I've ever been. Now at this point, I work out now, but I work out so things don't get worse. I'm in the prevent defense. You remember it's like I'm going to work out, I'm going to rip, I'm going to get abs. I'm like, I want to be able to bend down and pick up money I dropped. That's a goal.
Oh God, you don't know how.
I lost $10 last week. I was looking down and going, it's a 10. I'm like, I ain't got it in me. I'm not going down for anything less than a 50. Are you kidding me? I yelled to my wife. I go, honey, you got 2 5s? I got 10 right here.
Go get it. We're talking to Adam Ferrara. Please go and see him. He's wonderful.
I'm just picking up my tickets now.
The Arlington Cinema. Are you gonna show for that one?
Yeah. Well, this is one time. One time I know a show. One time. I'll be there. Saturday.
Don't stiff me.
Arlington Cinema and Draft House,
Saturday
Arlington, Virginia. Saturday night, the whole weekend he's there, 14th and 15th. And I have a secret mission this weekend, so I can't talk about it until Monday, but I'll tell you all about it. Looking forward to it. How do you like there's so many comedians now that do podcasts. How do you like I love, as a disc jockey, as a radio guy, I love doing this. To me, it's just a much more relaxed format. How do you like doing podcasts now that
I'll tell you what I like about it, Mike, is I started doing my podcast in about 45 minutes before COVID hit. We got the studio done, and then they said, stay home. I said, oh, okay, this is going to work out.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
And when I said I got the studio done, it was my garage. They put a Personas board, and they set up these mics and everything, and I'm nodding and humming, and he's showing me how to do it. And I just look at my wife, I go, we have to have children to run this. I can't do it.
It's hard.
Yeah, but I enjoy doing it because I didn't realize I would, because I always like being the guest. I always admired what you guys do, because you got to do this show every day. You know, I come in and it's this yada 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 yada. See my show. All right,
can you do that one more time for us, please? Can we see that
video
one more
day?
time?
Yeah,
it's magic.
How does he do it? That's his closer at the Arlington Cinema and Draft House this weekend.
That's the big one. So, but in being the interviewer, I was like, wow, this is great, because I'm talking to people that I really am interested in, because I learned this: if I'm not interested, I'm not doing it. You know, I've been offered some guests, and I got nothing to say to them. And then there was guests that we talked to on the show that I didn't know we were going to go in that direction, and that's a wonderful thing. Like I had Mike Imperioli from The Sopranos, The Sopranos on. And we talked about meditation for 20 minutes. He's a Buddhist. I had no idea.
You got it. That's it. That's what's great about it. You can go in any direction. You can go. You know, you're always evolving when you're doing when you're talking to people about anything as far as your interest. One of the things I've really, you know, and not all the time, but throughout the years, interest that I've had, you can go in a different direction, and you can do that more on a podcast than you can when you're in the format of radio. I'd do it all the time if I could. As far as outside of cars, what we know about you, and how many? You're a family man. How many? Are your kids grown already?
No, I don't have any kids. I got 2 dogs. Let's be honest. This shouldn't continue.
No, I disagree. I thought you had children.
No, last we talked, as far as your cars were concerned, I remember you just sold your Barracuda.
I had a Buick.
A Buick.
I had a Buick Electra 225. I had that.
Disregard. I apologize. Thank you.
That's right. I sold that. That was a great car. For those of you guys who don't know it, it's 18 feet, 5 inches. It's 1970s, no catalytic converter, so it smells like a dock fire. Yeah. It stinks. It's 18 feet 5. I have 3 garages at my house. It doesn't fit in any of them. Okay. I painted this thing black cherry metallic. I dropped the suspension. I smoked out the windows. I split the exhaust, and I drive around Santa Monica, and I blast Parliament Funkadelic, and I scare white people.
I so thought of you as a family man. I don't know where I got that from. I thought when I was watching the special, I got that total. But you'd be a phenomenal father. I think you should.
Are you kidding? My inner child is still mad at me. Here's the other thing. We're talking about, I hate to go back. My ADD is raging right now, boys. You know, I think it's my dial-up speed. I don't know why it's doing it. I blame Rob. So
sorry.
I'm in New York, right? And we're driving, and I got a shrink appointment over Zoom after this, right? And I went past, there's a giant cemetery outside the Midtown Tunnel, Cavalry Cemetery. And my people hold on to grudges. The Italians, I want to restate that. We don't hold grudges. We carry out vendettas. Okay?
Vendettas.
These are the people I come from. Mm-hmm. And so when I was driving past that cemetery, I went out to do a benefit last night, and the car's taking me out, and I saw the cemetery. When I was little, my Uncle Frankie used to stick his head out of the window of the truck every time we passed that cemetery and yell out, "You're not dead enough."
Wow.
Nobody knows who he's talking to. I tried to ask him once, and he's like, he knows what he did.
I don't know about the Irish and vendetta and holding grudges. I really don't know.
The Irish just want to lay blame.
I think we react quickly, we react hot, we burn hot, and then it goes away, and then there's guilt.
Yeah.
There's Irish guilt after that.
Oh.
I mean, there's guilt in every group that you can name. Really, I would say.
Well, there's guilt, and if you're Catholic, Roman Catholic, Irish Catholic, then there's shame. He's dead. Your fault. Don't touch it.
My God. Yes. Yeah. Were you raised active in the Catholic Church when you were a young man?
Define active, O'Mara.
I was up until the age of 13. I would go to mass every single Sunday.
Okay, here's what I got.
And holy days of obligation.
Okay, here's what I got. My father said, "You've been baptized. You made your communion. You made your confirmation. All your paperwork's done. If you want to go to church, you can go with your mother. I won't be there." God is everywhere, so come Sunday, God and I are going to be watching football. So go to church.
Opposite.
That's
perfect.
Polar opposite in my house. My father raised by, he was went to Holy Cross College, so he was, and it was like the Jesuit, and then, oh my God, it was so much Catholic. We had up in Maine, where my other half of my family is. We had priests at the dinner table, and it was just there was this priest we had, Father Honan. Who was at the table, and he used to pontificate. So he'd just sit there and go, and then that's a great word when you're talking pontiff. Yeah. And you're talking about somebody that's just going on and on. And my mom had made, I remember it, it was some dish with rice and raisins, a curry dish. And he was talking, and of course, the littlest kids, my cousin Billy and I, sitting right next to the priest, they put them all, not sure about that one, they put us all the way down at the end of the table. And we look over, and Father Honan's going, something I remember and he spoke like that when I was doing it, almost like a British accent, and he's talking, and you can see the rice and the raisins in his teeth, and I look directly across at my cousin Billy, and my cousin Billy's got the raisins and the rice, and he's going like that, and I spit my food right across. That's my only Father Honan story. But yeah, we had the whole thing. We had the priests all the time, and it's it's an interesting world. It really is. Yeah. And now the difference between, and I always say this, between the Catholic Church of my youth and what it is now, that we didn't have the bumper stickers back then. We didn't have those passionate, politically active Catholics that you have now. To me, it seems like it's much more passionate. We didn't talk about politics in church back in the day. It wasn't that thing.
Screaming and yelling, and the lines are getting blurred, and these are my people, and it's like that's why I think we're running out of water. God's looking down like, keep it up.
Yeah. You are done. You are toast.
I'm going to start taking the water. Next is the air. Okay.
I was going to ask you, as far as when you talk about, first of all, where's your podcast based? I wanted to make sure I knew where do you do it from? You do it from LA or from?
I do it from the studio at my house, but I do my guests over Zoom. And so me and my wife, basically, here's my show in a nutshell, boys. The best night's sleeps I ever had when I was a kid is when I was upstairs and I heard my mom and dad and their friend downstairs laughing. Oh, yeah. That's the feeling I wanted to communicate, right? Because my house always had people in it. So the show starts, we do about 10 minutes of me talking about a topic with me, my wife, my two best friends. And then we cut to an interview I've done with a celebrity, somebody really cool. So the audience is hearing the interview and my friends are hearing it at the same time. And then, like any good group of friends, we talk about them when they leave. And then we do another 15 minutes. Like, did you hear when Mike O'Mara said that? I can't believe his mother served raisins to a priest. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, raisins to
So that's it. So I do it out of my house, and the interviews
I do
away from over Zoom, and then I play them in the studio in the house.
I like it. It gives you a nice, I'm a subscriber and I listen, and I like the tapestry of, they almost will critique you on your interview sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, believe me. I'm taking most of the punches. My wife is like, I can't believe you asked him that. I go, honey, this show is about me. If Nathan Lane has some advice, I'm going to ask him. Nathan Lane did one for me. I changed my shirt twice before the interview because I was nervous. My wife was still laughing at me.
See, Rob,
she looks at me and goes,
Rob, do you hear that?
I do. You're not gay. I said, I don't care. It's Nathan
Lane. You hear
Lane.
who he talked to? He talked to Nathan Lane.
I know.
A dream guest for Mr. Michael O'Mara.
Rob books our guests on our show, Adam. And to date, we've had Who would be your greatest get, Rob Spiewak, in your humble opinion?
I think Ted Koppel.
I rest my case. There we are.
Right?
There we are.
I'm glad we went down this road.
Yes. Yeah. It's
my family was Catholic too.
But Nathan Lane is your guy, and let me hear you. Nathan Lane is your guy, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why don't you ask Mr. Ferrara about Nathan Lane?
Sweetheart. I'll tell you what kind of sweetheart he is. I did a movie with Andrea Martin, and they're friends. And so, you hang out 6 weeks. You get to be really close to people you work with. So we did the movie together, and then we did an episode of Criminal Minds together. And she graciously did the podcast for me, which was fun because I called her up. She was in LA. I said, I'm starting a podcast. I need you to be a guest. She goes, okay, but I got to go to the doctor's and I got to get a ride home. Maybe we can do it next week. I go, I'll pick you up at the doctor's. Okay. So I picked her up at the doctor's. And we drove back. She was staying at Sean Hayes' house. We drove back to Hayes' house, and we did the interview in the room she was staying in. Wow. And she's friends with Nathan. And I said, do you think Nathan would do one for me? He goes, email him. So I emailed him right back. He goes, I thought you'd never ask. And he emails me right back.
Wow.
I never met him before. And I'm like,
oh, really?
Oh my God. Yeah.
I would imagine he would. Well, he's been a delightful guest every time I've seen him interviewed. In your acting, when you talk about going from stand-up, which you did, going from being we're talking to Adam Ferrara. Adam's going to be at the Cinema and Draft House in Arlington, Virginia this weekend, so check him out.
Friday,
when you talk
Saturday
about
night.
making that transition and you study it, and you study acting, is there anyone you have worked with that you were able to, you hear that, and I always think it's a little bit of BS when you hear it at an award show, who taught me so much, I learned so much. Is it really, can you really do that? I always thought people would say that and then get on a movie or a television set and you're all on your own. Has anybody that you've worked with, have you pulled a lot away from them as far as acting is concerned?
It's Edie Falco is extraordinary. I did 2 years on Nurse Jackie with her, and it was just me and her because I was in the private part of her life. So it was we had a relationship, and I had just come from doing, and I learned from Leary too about just how to. No one sits you down and go like Leary's not going to pull me aside like, today we're going to do this. All right, we're going to study this. This is what I'm going to teach you. No, that doesn't happen.
But he took the same journey you did, right? Didn't he take the same stand-up to acting journey that you did, Dennis Leary?
He went to Emerson, and he wrote No Cure for Cancer, the play, and then stand-up came out of that. But he was doing open mic at the Ding Ho, which was this Chinese restaurant in Boston, where all the stand-up guys were. So he was an actor first. Yeah, it was called the Ding Ho. And his legendary stories. I had Lenny Clark on my podcast telling stories about that place, too.
Lenny.
Yeah, Lenny's a sweetheart. So with Edie, and when they say you're a generous actor, it's like when you're in the space with her boys, it's this big. The space is this big. She's so open. I'll give you an example. The first day I shot with her, we did a night scene, and I played a cop. So we're in the cop car, and I'm driving her home, and I ask her out on a date. Right, that's the scene. So I'm driving her home. We're in the scene, action. We're in the master shot. We're doing it. And I looked at her, and her eyes are this big, and she's so present and so there. And I asked her out, and she blushes and she smiles. And in my head, the little guy in my head just said, "You are doing great with this girl." And then the other guy in my head says, "You're acting, you idiot. Stop it." She's what is your next line?
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's that kind of, I think that's when you learn, when you said I learned so much, I think you learn to trust. What I learned when working with these people at that level is you learn to trust. You learn to trust your own instrument. You learn to trust, and you'll let go more. And then the space between is where the magic happens. And if you can put more of your energy into that space by trusting your fellow players, what they say in acting, the thing just blows up.
And the transitions, I think, there's so many. I mean, you can really count the number of funny people, of comedians that have made the transition and done so seamlessly, because I've always thought the ultimate form of showbiz bravery is getting up on a stage with a microphone and facing people. I've never been all that comfortable doing it. I do one live show a year, and I do them in front of the people that listen to this show. So it's a relatively, well, it used to be a safe environment. They've turned on me in years past.
Don't you worry. Here, put this under your tongue and go sing in the car. Don't let them rain on you.
Where's the Lexi? Where's the Lexi Pro? Adam, it is always always a pleasure. We wish you nothing but the best of luck, and we will make sure that you have a wonderful time this weekend at the Arlington Cinema and Draft House. And where are you the rest of the country for all of our little listeners?
I am at, where am I after this? I am at the Mohegan Sun Casino next weekend. Then I'm at the Keswick Theater in Pennsylvania on the 29th. And then I'm at the Tempe Improv Thanksgiving weekend, that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of Thanksgiving. There's other tour dates on adamferrara.com. And before I leave, I need to tell you guys that there's a piece of your show on my podcast that I've taken because I'm a big fan of you guys, is at the end, the little tags you guys do. I just do that on my show, and then I have Siri just comment on it after that. So, but that's where I got it from. I got it from you guys. It's like a family.
Very sweet.
That's
very
cool.
sweet.
That's so
Adam
cool.
Ferrara, thank you. Thank you, Adam.
man.
Take
See you
care
this
of
weekend.
yourself. Thank you. That was fine.
Yeah.
Just a little glitch at the very end. That was wonderful.
you.
We're going to take a break, and we will come back with the homepage. And you, ladies and gentlemen, are listening to the Mike O'Meara Show. Whoa, whoa. And check out Adam this weekend at the Arlington Cinema and Draft House.
It's a great room. You'll have a blast. It's good stuff.
We'll be right back with the homepage on the Mike O'Meara Show.
It's fresh.
Well, you know, it's always nice to hear from Old Fresh Face.
Old Fresh Face.
I had an email exchange with Old Fresh Face.
Old Fresh Face for 26 years.
Old Fresh Face.
I said, Old Fresh Face.
Old Fresh Face is home.
You know who's out of her mind about it is Carrie.
Old Fresh Face.
Don't miss the debut of Old Fresh Face. Only at the Mike O'Meara Live Show at the House of Blues in New Orleans, April 15th, 2023. Special guests and loads of surprises. Get your tickets today.
Old Fresh Face.
Carrie Spiewak.
The Fresh Maker.
It's fresh.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Meara Show, everybody. This portion of our program is brought to you by Cornerstone Financial. U.S. mortgage rates have jumped to a 16-year high, spurring the worst slump in mortgage loan applications since the depths of the pandemic. But what does that mean for you? Well, according to my buddy Mark Livingstone at Cornerstone Financial, there is a silver lining if you are one of the many who are looking to pursue the American dream of home ownership. Now, with higher rates, there are less buyers, and with less buyers, inventory has opened back up and prices have stabilized. Residential lending has changed a lot this year, and whether you're a first-time buyer trying to decide whether to rent versus buy, or you're relocating to a bigger home, call the team at Cornerstone Financial today. Did you know homeowners are 90 times more likely to become millionaires than renters? Don't let these higher rates stand in the way of you achieving the American dream. Whether a purchase or refinance, call Cornerstone Financial and do it today. The #1 rated mortgage company of all TMOS listeners, 202-625-1221. That's 202-625-1221 or cornerstonefirst.com.
From the four corners of the World Wide Web and into your digital device, it's what you need to know. This is the homepage.
You know, for the first time since I was doing the show, my little IFB, my little in-ear monitors were absolutely effing with me for that entire interview.
I saw you messing with them. What was the problem?
I'm glad you couldn't tell. You see me ducking out of the shot.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was doing anything.
Audio-wise, it was. I mean, you were fine. You were present the whole time. But what was the matter? Because I saw you messing with them.
Same thing they're doing right now.
It's the opposite side. It's the opposite side.
Yeah, it's the opposite side. I don't know that because I'm looking at a different picture than you're looking at. Do you understand? That's the way that goes.
You're there, and
I'm
here.
Friends. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Anyway, Elon Musk is just clowning us at this point because he's now selling a fragrance. Have you heard about this?
Oh, no.
I did see
It's called
this.
Burnt Hair.
Hey.
Why didn't he call it Elon's Musk?
Wouldn't that be perfect? Oh, my God, that would be brilliant.
Yeah.
Anyway, burnt hair is $100 a bottle. There's a prank right there. He called it, quote, the finest fragrance on earth, according to the official burnt hair website.
I live there.
It's, quote, the essence of repugnant desire. And also, just like leaning over a candle at the dinner table, but without all the hard work. Weird dude.
Yeah.
There's no word what exactly it smells like. Burnt hair isn't officially out until early next year, but Musk claims he's already sold 10,000 bottles, and I would think he'd try to figure out a way not to have his steering wheels on his brand new Tesla Plaid, disintegrate when they're used too much.
Yeah, there's
Maybe they're made of burnt hair.
Build quality, it's
There's
called,
a
folks.
there's a theme, and this is not new. For years now, people have been saying, better quality parts. They should have been applied to these builds. And Mike,
Right.
we would talk about it offline. Now it's very prevalent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like
It's
they
odd.
just, you're like, why would I pay $100,000 for the quality I'm getting?
Yeah. I mean, it's just
Makes you
with
wanna
him,
look at,
I worry about
the
him.
Porsche Taycan.
You know what? Don't worry about him. He'll be fine.
You're in the market.
Yeah, he'll be okay.
He'll be okay.
He's all right. Mark Wahlberg, he's going to be okay too.
Good.
Yeah. He recently moved from Hollywood to Nevada to give his family a better life. He says, "Hey, Jolene, I don't think he's going to Vegas."
I was
going
going to say, he's got a better life in what, Reno?
He says, quote, "I moved to California many years ago to pursue acting, and I've only made a couple of movies in the entire time I was there. So to be able to give my kids a better life and follow and pursue their dreams, whether it be my daughter as an equestrian, my son as a basketball player, my younger son as a golfer, this made a lot more sense for us." He also I wonder where he's living. Doesn't say in this story
Pahrump.
where he's living in Vegas.
Well, it's got to be right outside of Las Vegas.
Gotta be.
I would maybe you never.
You need an international airport. He's got a private jet. He's got Wahlburgers everywhere. Or Wahlburgers, I'm sorry. Wahlburgers everywhere.
Waterburger is too soggy.
No, I love Wahlburgers.
He also wants to build a
Water.
state-of-the-art studio and create Hollywood 2.0, so he doesn't have to travel far for work. He's got the money to do that,
Yeah.
so we'll see what happens with
He's an
that. I would
entrepreneur.
assume somewhere in Vegas, but that I just don't. I don't always think of Vegas
He's taking a
as
page
family
from
friendly.
taking a page from Tyler Perry's book because Tyler Perry built a studio in Atlanta because that's where he wanted to be. A very
And that's
state-of-the-art
where
studio.
Steve Harvey moved Family Feud, right?
Yes, exactly.
There's,
Don't they tape that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing a theme here. I was just listening to Netflix is a joke on Sirius Satellite Radio.
Yes.
And they were they have a talk show that's on at times, and I think if it's for an hour, 2 hours, I'm not sure. And they were saying how they were moving their kids. A lot of people were moving their kids outside of Hollywood because they didn't want them to grow up in this like lifestyle that makes them essentially have the pressures of being a Hollywood star's kid, but also everyone's growing up so fast. So, and I think an example of this is Angela Lansbury, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't know that she moved her entire family to Ireland.
Yeah.
Because she wanted to take him away. I guess her daughter or son was hanging out with
Ran in with the Manson crowd.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then was like, before the murders, said, you know what? Not right for me. Moving the whole family back to Ireland. Hollywood's not the right place.
You know, I think sometimes that I'd move my family. I love the idea of living over in Ireland. I've looked at houses in Ireland. I have. You know, now that we do the podcast from anywhere, I can do it. I think in terms like that. Not for the reasons that you said, hanging around with the wrong crowd. I just don't want my kid to be talking underwater. That's the main reason that I'm...
Maybe he'll grow gills.
Bed knobs and broomsticks. And it's a full circle.
Hi, Dad. Welcome to Southwest Florida. Who better to teach your kids how to read than AC/DC?
Ooh.
There's a book coming out next month called the AC/DC ABCD High Voltage Alphabet. I love this.
Wow.
This makes me laugh. I like certain things. You know what? The Elon Musk, I just kind of sneered.
Yeah.
I didn't really care. But this is cool. It includes passages like A thinks it's good luck to wear a school uniform and walk like a duck. That's very cute.
Yeah.
I like that a
Clever.
lot. The book feels like it's more for adult collectors than actual kids, with references to Hell's Bells and other kid-unfriendly AC/DC songs. The entry J reads as follows. J is for jail, with no liberty. Wait a minute. J is for J, with no liberty. Break the hell out. You've got to be free. So it's an AC/DC
coffee
book teaching
table
your
book.
kids.
Yeah.
Isn't that wonderful?
A coffee table book.
Yeah.
That's
Precisely.
wonderful. In some commercials, the process of getting up in the morning looks bright and happy, with the person waking up and smelling the air like they're at a coastal Italian villa and striding across the bedroom like they're walking on clouds. In reality, waking up for some people is a horrific experience. In a new poll, 1 in 6 people say they feel stressed the moment they wake up, and the average person says they need to be awake for an average of 33 minutes before feeling human. Part of that could be the alarm. 51% of people say they deliberately use an aggressively loud alarm. Carla doesn't. She has the most beautiful. It's an Alexa thing. That
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like a tune.
I have
very,
harps.
very nice.
I wake to harps.
I think that's what is that an Alexa type thing?
It's
because
on the phone,
Carla's
yeah.
got them too.
No, we've got the.
I don't like that.
Most people say they struggle. I'm in between. I don't wake up joyous. I don't wake up horrified. I kind of just get up, and I usually get up after Carla does.
This is my routine.
Okay.
My wife sets 5 alarms,
Right.
and I wake up to every single one starting at 6 a.m.
Right.
And hey, please, are you going to wake up? Please mute that. Please mute that. Like, because I'll wake up before she wakes up.
Are they all on her side of the
All
bed?
on her side
so
of the
you
bed. I can't
reach
even hit
them.
it. And she's like, oh, just 5 more winks. And I'm like, please. It's just going to keep going off, and everybody's going to be awake. The dog's getting upset. I'm upset. So, it's not pleasant.
So do you sleep through them primarily?
No. I wake up at every single one. She has
But
5
she
alarms.
ignores them. She ignores them, yeah.
All right. Anyway, most people say they struggle with sleepiness when they first get up and need something to start the day, like a shower or coffee or something like that. Even simply brushing their teeth or splashing water on their face to do it. More adventurous people immediately want to meditate.
That's probably healthier. I wake up,
Adventurous?
and right next to my bed, night table,
Bedpan?
I've got a 5-hour energy, and I just kill it. And I'm
You
like,
know
all
what?
right, let's go.
Since I had a certain lifestyle switch, I have a much easier time getting up in the morning. And now that I'm off caffeine, there's none of the fact that I want coffee or a Coke or anything like that. But
And none of that pesky throwing up.
yeah, that's it. The blood stays
dry
in
heaving.
my body. But last night, I had a considerable amount of sugar for the first time because I had dessert when we went out.
You had your happy anniversary,
Yeah,
Rob.
Thank you. It
Congratulations.
made a huge difference getting up today. And you've always said sugar is poison. And after being pretty much sugar-free for nearly 6 months,
Right.
I think you might be right.
I think it's poison. I do.
You felt
I really
horrible
do.
today?
I felt so lethargic when I
Oh,
woke up.
man.
And I had a nice 7.5 hours.
yeah.
And normally, once I put my feet on the carpet, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
But this morning, it was tough. No
we
more
had our
cotton
cheat
candy.
night. We had our cheat night Saturday night.
Uh-huh.
On the way back, we didn't have dessert when we were out at the restaurant with our buddies. And then we went to a second location, which was more than I wanted to do. Then we still didn't get we like our little dessert cheat, right?
Sure.
So we stopped. Carla wants to get her. What is wrong with my effing throat today? Bah! Maybe take a day off, and this is what happens, for Christ's sake. So anyway, she gets her little salt and vinegar chips, and I get ice cream.
Nice.
The ice cream in the local 7-Eleven had melted in totality and then refrozen in totality.
Oh, that's
so
bad.
even though it was great ice cream, it was literally inedible. And I woke up.
Crystallized.
I woke up the next morning and I see the full thing of liquefied ice cream where we just left it on the counter, and I was so grateful
Like a child.
because not only did I lose weight over the weekend, but I was so psyched that I didn't have that poison in my body. And
Yeah.
when you see liquid, and I poured it down the drain, and when you see that stuff in liquefied form, you realize
it's
you're just
not of
putting
this earth.
No, you're just you know, it's a glob of crap that you're putting in your
Last
body.
night I ordered creme brulee because I thought, that's at least mostly eggs. There's some sugar, but it's dairy and eggs. It's not
I don't think anybody ever thought creme brulee was healthier than other.
No, it's healthier than like a chocolate lava cake, I would say.
But how much?
Not
no,
much.
it's not.
But-
no. Creme
His
brulee.
inner fat
I would
man's
say
coming back. It's
less.
coming
I
back.
would say less sugar than many of the desserts that I had to choose from yesterday. Is what I would say.
I could make a case for the custard. It's custard.
It is,
So
but
it's sugary custard.
and it's
There's
a smaller
tons of
portion. Anyway, I was trying my best.
Anyway, what? Are we annoying you? Shall we move on? Go ahead.
No,
Yes,
I was
of
trying
course.
my best, but then when they served it, they literally put a ball of cotton candy on the plate.
Ooh.
And I'm like, well, this is just spun sugar. I can't eat rah, 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 rah. And I was on it like crazy. And
I find that
tasted great.
dessert, creme brulee, will really affect me digestively. I don't eat it anymore.
Really?
Because I get such acid when I eat that. It's terrible. So I don't like that stuff, that creme brulee. Recent study indicates that fear has a sweet spot that can actually cause pleasure for humans. Researchers from Aarhus, AARHUS University says it's been a long suspected that a physiological arousal plays a role in why people find horror movies and haunted houses so appealing. This arousal would include a quickening pulse and a release of hormones in a frightened person's brain. A website named the top 5 horror movies based on 10 of the leading expert websites. They are and I don't know the first one here
What's
at
that?
number 5. It Follows.
Oh,
Have you ever?
I don't know.
I don't know that.
Let me look.
2014. It's in the top 5.
Wow.
Number 4, The Shining.
Great
Oh, yeah,
scary
yeah.
movie.
Number 3, Paranormal Activity.
Mm-hmm,
The first one I thought was fantastic. This one I don't agree with. Number 2, Halloween. I always thought it was your classic
That's
kind of
schlocky.
slasher flick.
Yeah.
Schlocky. That's
Yeah.
exactly how I feel. And coming in at number 1, The Exorcist. At
Oh, yeah.
numero
Yeah.
uno.
Still.
Yeah.
Still scares me.
Yeah, but I understand that about the pleasure center of the brain, because when I rode the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland, I got a huge rager.
Oh, God. Can you step off the ride, sir?
I
Please,
can't.
there are children here.
I
Come on.
can't.
Now a little something for you. An Australian flight had to be diverted after a terrifying mid-air brawl broke out.
Ooh.
Video, and I watched this video inside the plane flying from Melbourne to Brisbane. Shows the wild moment punches were thrown before passengers tried to pull the two feuding men apart. The fight started just 24 minutes into the flight on Tuesday night. A passenger said there was a commotion, there was yelling, people started standing up. It went on for a couple of minutes. One gentleman was then escorted to the rear of the aircraft. He had blood on his face.
Gee.
We didn't hear anything else. We had no information. I hate that. I mean, if you've got a situation, once it all settles down, pilot, talk, please communicate.
Yeah.
Another passenger said one of the men was aggressive before he even boarded the flight. All right, so now both men will have their billabongs.
What?
I'm sorry.
Let's
Be a pro.
Get a running
I don't know
start,
what's
Mike.
wrong. I'm making so many unprofessional errors
Get a
today.
running start on the punchline.
Maybe I should do it in dialect. That'll help.
Please.
Okay.
Oh, it couldn't hurt.
Both men will have their billabongs and Vegemite taken and must avoid full-grown coolie botteries. And also, no speaking to any Sheilas near the Barbie while they still have kangaroos in the top paddock. Thank you very much, everybody. There we are. Oh, my God. It's a weird day. We're going to take a break. When we come back, I have no idea.
Something,
I really
though.
do.
Something.
I have no idea. We'll be right back on the Mike O'Mara Show. Whoa, whoa.
There's lots to celebrate with the latest bonus show. Here's a sampling of all the merrymaking.
Let's go back in time.
By the way, happy anniversary to my wife, 5 years.
The traditional anniversary gift is wood. Hey now.
Hey now.
Oh, fresh face.
Oh, fresh face for 26 years.
I live here for 30 years. I know English.
I'm not a fan of the waffle fries, and I limit myself to one milkshake a month.
I woke up this morning with a bloody nose.
I don't like my chicken sandwiches to be sloppy.
A lot of times when you call those call centers in Egypt, it turns out to be a pyramid scheme.
Nothing says I love you quite like a bonus show subscription. Treat a loved one or yourself to a year full of the funny. Get a subscription now at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
How do they give you so much food for $6?
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Fall is here. Things are busy, and we need to be proactive about keeping our bodies fueled
Yes.
and hydrated. It's the best way to feel your best. Just one stick of Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier and 16 ounces of water hydrates 2 times faster and more efficiently than water alone. Plus, Liquid IV has incredible hydration flavors: tropical punch, lemon lime, Concord grape, pina colada, and strawberry, and more. They are delicious. Plus, it has 3 times the electrolytes of traditional sports drinks. It's non-GMO, free from gluten, dairy, and soy. Liquid IV has cellular transport technology, CTT. That is the optimal ratio of glucose, sodium, and potassium to deliver water and nutrients to the bloodstream super fast. Plus, Liquid IV is out to change the world. To date, they have donated over 24 million servings globally. Be like me, drink Liquid IV, and a lot of my pals that are drinking it right now. Grab your Liquid IV in bulk nationwide at Costco, or you can get 15% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code TMOS at checkout. That's 15% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code TMOS at liquidiv.com. Now, thank you guys for covering for me yesterday.
My pleasure.
Truly appreciate that. I jotted this down, and I'm going to say this honestly, and I know I'm going to subject myself to much grief.
Oh.
I like the show with you guys. I truly like the relaxation, especially Rob's relaxation. But you too, Oscar. You, I believe the stress causer, and it's not like it's going to change. I'm not going anywhere.
No,
is me.
No,
it's definitely me.
No, I think that you bring a wonderful dynamic of, frankly, I mean, you're the leader.
Yeah,
It
is truly a different dynamic.
It's like when mom and dad are away, when it's the two of us.
Well, I watched about 20 minutes of it, and on YouTube, and it sounded great, Pony. Thank you very much for that. What I didn't get a chance to update is I'm being a little facetious, but I also do think the show has really evolved into a very, very good program, and thank you guys for covering me. It's it's really nice. It's nice of you guys to do that, and. I wanted to mention, did we give an update? Because Oscar updated me. I didn't get it yesterday afternoon. I think it probably came in last evening.
No, I sent it to you.
On the
you didn't see it till late last night. I actually,
during the show,
real time texted you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've heard so much about, they're all gone. They're all gone. We have to be, I want to make sure, and I want to scream it from the highest mountain. We have plenty of tickets available.
Plenty.
We've got almost half of our tickets that are going to be available. And by the way, general admission, and for those of you, I just hope there's no confusion for the people that are not the pre-order people, because you're not a bonus show subscriber. You're going to have plenty of opportunity. Starting on November 1st, we're going to give you a lead up to that, and we're very, very excited. Now, as far as the pre-sale tickets, they did go faster, and we did sell more than we anticipated, and that's just a testament to the fact that we have great listeners.
Yeah.
We're very happy. Did I leave anything out there?
No, so much so, Mike, that Matt and I looked at because some people had issues with receiving the email, and you know me, I want to trust but verify. As I was like, pull up the deck and look at the open rate, because you can see the open rate.
We didn't have any cheaters, did we?
No, we didn't.
And I would like to restate something I said yesterday. If you have the pre-order code, do not share it. Do not. You earned that. Don't give it to someone who is not a bonus host.
Don't be selfish.
Don't be. Not selfish.
Don't be selfish.
They've earned that code. Don't share it.
Well, it is kind of like the honor system, right?
Yeah. Don't be suckered into it. Don't let someone sweet talk you into giving away your advantage. Thank you.
I get that. I want to have everybody that wants tickets.
It's like Lord of the Flies in here.
Get a chance to go.
Let Oscar talk. He has the code.
I have to ask you. We haven't had a chat off air about it. And I know you didn't want to bug me yesterday. So you're pleased. I don't need to get paranoid yet.
This is great. I had the same conversation with Rob. He said, "Is Mike going to be pleased or displeased?" And he said he'll be displeased.
Rob said I'd be displeased.
Yeah, I thought you might.
Yeah.
No, I'm displeased when Adam Ferrara. But you know what? When Adam Ferrara says he gets a guest, and I was going to bust your balls about it, but do you hear the connection?
Yeah.
He had a connection of a connection of a connection.
Yeah.
He's somebody.
That's really what it's all about.
Yeah,
we don't have any connections like that.
Yeah.
And that's really who goes on these shows. You get these stand-up guys out in L.A. that, and by the way, anybody can do it with Zoom right now. But
I'll shake him down for the information on Saturday night.
Just go back and
literally
after
shake
he's
him.
had a hot, sweaty night of being up on stage. Can you give me that Nathan Lane connection? But that's I think that I'm very, very pleased. We've sold we've sold just enough to be happy,
optimistic,
and then not enough to be non-paranoid. So that fits me.
Just for perspective, there is so much time between now.
I know there is.
Yeah, and we haven't even gone on sale to the GP. The sheer interest in this show and the city.
Yep. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it screams like we did not misstep. We're accommodating our East Coast listeners. For the West Coast listeners that want to take a trip, you have more than enough time to book accordingly. The flights are fantastic compared to what you're doing for the holidays. Like,
are you booked?
I'm not driving.
We're good to go.
You're not?
No.
Get ahead of it.
No.
How come?
No. Because Millsy said to me, you're going to take that drive. Yeah. And then I looked at the drive and I realized what the halfway point was.
What was
the halfway point? Was just like it didn't work for me.
Yeah.
If I, to see like the Mississippi coast, you're almost there anyway.
But
in New Orleans.
But your buddy Miller, I mean, isn't he the kind of guy that if you said we're gonna exchange gifts this December, he's gonna go Christmas? You observe that holiday?
He also questioned your weight loss.
Well, it's like you did, as he said. We're talking about the Mike O'Mara Show Live. Tickets are going to go on sale for everybody on November 1st, and the show is Saturday, April 15th. We're going to be there all weekend. Who knows what we have planned? We haven't even thought about it yet. At the House of Blues in New Orleans, Louisiana. Tickets will be available to all of you November 1st. It's Mike, it's Rob, it's Oscar, and it's going to be New Orleans. So we're
the
really,
greatest destination city.
Yeah, and you know something's great when, we had a moment where, it was going to be one city. It was going to be Vegas, Vegas, Vegas. And then at the last second, the things changed a little bit thanks to Oscar and working with another company that just made a nice, attractive offer for us to get out there. And as I've thought about it, it's even more exciting. And I think it's accessible. It's more accessible for our East Coast friends. So that's going to be fun, too. And for the love of God, Paulie Christine is coming to the show.
And no offense, it's a beautiful room. It is so ideal.
Yeah, don't worry about the whole, chairs thing. Because, plenty of polls there. Are we catering to our aging out audience?
No, I'm saying when people get hammer timed.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So we look forward to seeing you there. We are up on a break again. My God, where is the time gone? When we come back, I do want to have a discussion with Oscar Santana. Did you guys cover the marriage woes yesterday?
No, we did not. No, we spent a lot of time in the Bloom Room.
Yeah, a lot.
That's
of fun.
I heard that and I enjoyed that. Yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed that. And then today I heard, I'm not sure about the connectivity. And then it was perfect. We'll take a break and we'll come back with more after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I present the creature?
You're a monster.
You're a monster.
I'm a monster.
We're not monsters.
That's scary stuff.
You're the monster.
You monster.
He's a monster.
Oh my God, is this you calling me a monster?
If you don't have a Mike O'Mara Show bonus subscription, you're a monster. Your
that was a slip.
Will run cold with the fear of missing out on the frighteningly funniest hour of TMOS every week. Uncut, uncensored, undead.
It's alive!
Save yourself by ordering a TMOS bonus subscription by clicking the bloody banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com. The power of Christ compels you.
You're an inhuman monster! I said good day!
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Why choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number? Well, because leaf piles, scenic drives, farmers markets, and hay rides are even better with a great night's sleep. Remember, sleepers who use their 360 smart bed technology enjoy 28 minutes of more restful sleep per night. That's up to 170 hours per year, which is nice. As the weather cools down, it's a time of transition, and quality sleep can help everyone in the family adjust to their new autumn. So gradually adjust your new bedtime by 10 to 15 minutes a night. Prioritize your new schedule. Get your bedroom to between 65 and 68 degrees. Minimize all lights. Pitch black is best, and reward yourself with quality sleep, the ultimate in self-care. And if you really want the highest quality sleep, be like me, get a Sleep Number bed. I wouldn't sleep on anything else, and Mrs. O'Mara loves it too. My Sleep Number setting is now an 85. I firmed it up because of the old backy back, and Carla remains a 65. Why choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number? Because every great day starts the night before. Discover special offers now for a limited time at your local Sleep Number store or at sleepnumber.com/TMOS. Before we get to Oscar's marriage, I wanted to throw in something. Michael, before school, came up to me today, and he said he wanted to give a Michael of the Day fun fact.
Wow.
First of all,
New
I have
feature.
to qualify. This is like off the top of his head, and I have no idea, but this came out of his mouth. So if you have a factual grievance, it's not me. I'm just sharing it because I have no idea, and I even tried to look it up, and I couldn't figure it out.
If they have a problem with it, they should reach him, on Twitter?
Yeah, reach him on Twitter, Michael Brain. His brain is like overtime.
It's scary, isn't it?
Yeah, we went out to dinner last night, and I was looking at him, and I said, if you he was talking about how the other kids don't have as many restrictions on Fortnite as he has. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, it's real simple, Michael. If you want to get straight A's, we'll relax those restrictions on Fortnite. And he said, and you see his brain going, right? Yeah. And he's like, okay, I'll do that.
He's calculating.
And he said it like, matter of factly, right? Like
that's
for
what
me,
I do now. Yeah,
I never would have made a deal like that because I would have realized the level of impossibility.
You set me up for failure, Kathy.
It was terrible. Here's his fact of the day. You ready?
Yes.
Chernobyl ran all the computers at Chernobyl ran on 1 gigabyte. The phone you carry today has more gigabytes than their entire nuclear power plant back in the day. So there you have it.
I believe that. Accurate.
I believe that.
Also melted down on 1 gigabyte.
It melted down on one. That's why he was, and I said, where'd you get it? He said, watched a video on YouTube.
Yeah.
So my kid, just think for a second, 9-year-old boy sitting there watching the Chernobyl documentary on the Chernobyl meltdown. That's pretty different.
Did you see him watching it?
No, I did not.
Because I was wondering if he was laughing like in Cape Fear.
Like I have something to be worried about.
Yeah.
Is he pulling the wings off that bird? Anyway, it's crazy. So yeah, look at radiation sickness.
I'm sure that didn't happen.
I'm sure it didn't. Anyway, Oscar, I have to ask you. The other day, you were being honest about how it kind of went south when you went to the dog park.
Yeah.
Regarding your anniversary dinner that you were supposed to go out on Saturday.
No anniversary festivities. Nothing.
And there still has this music. Love is a many splendid thing.
Many seasons to a
Welcome
man's
to the
life.
elevator.
Yeah.
So you have nothing to show for the anniversary weekend or what?
I think we have. So I don't think I've talked about this in the show. We're working on. Well, Shannon is working on having a baby, one way or another. And they have establishments.
Hold it.
Hold
it.
Wait.
Yes.
Hold on a second.
Hold
on. What is it? What's good?
What do you mean you don't think you've mentioned it on the show before? This is sort of like a entire show topic.
No, it's not that big a deal. I'm 30.
It
I'm
is.
44. 30. I'm 44, and she's 35. Whatever. It's time to freeze some eggs or figure out what that looks like, or to be prepared.
So use modern medicine
and
science to
throw them in the fridge.
Thrilled
right?
That's just
don't use your home fridge. It's too small.
Because it's all you are is family.
Yes.
That's your existence. Although
I think
throw me for a loop.
Yeah, this is the.
Remember, this is all Shannon.
If
not
you've
him.
ever been, this is she's running point on this, and I'm.
Well, you're going to end up being a part of it.
Yeah, I have to be a part of it. So this is where I think if I'm really looking back at the playbook of life for this year,
stunned.
where I went wrong, was she has at two times set up appointments for me to go to this wonderful establishment. And you live in a big metropolitan city. It happens to be across the street.
Yeah.
Not far, closer than Wawa.
Is it called Empire?
No, it's called Kind Body. I'll give them a free plug.
Like the flooring people?
No, Empire is a gentleman's club.
Is that a gentleman's club?
Yeah. We've talked about this.
Yeah.
You have to stop drinking.
It's on M Street.
So
Empire.
you can remember things.
That's very good.
Kind Body, it's called. No discounts, paid full price.
It's owned by Richard Kind.
So I
I'm in the big mouth.
I go there the first time, and they give me a bunch of static about and it wasn't the right. They're like, "Do you have this?" I was like, "My wife already set this up. Here's my ID." And then they're like, "Do you have your insurance card?" I said, "My insurance card's back at the office. I can just get this all done and move on." And then there was enough static to say, "I have 30 minutes before my next meeting. Got to move on. We're going to have to reschedule."
What kind of place is Kind Body?
It's a fertility clinic.
You see, again, this is something that you should have perhaps led with. Kind Body could
I think
have been.
it's been in the works, and he's now made the choice to discuss it now.
Yeah.
And I think it is fantastic because I've always thought you should join the parent club.
IVF,
it's
egg
wonderful.
freezing, gynecology. That's what they offer.
Yeah, smoothies.
I am thrilled. And he wouldn't be talking about it, Rob, if he wasn't going along with it.
I suppose you're right.
Actually,
I suppose you're
don't
right.
read ahead. And how dare you? I'm my own man. We had an appointment 2 weeks. I was trying to look at my calendar as I think Mercury is in retrograde, not Gatorade.
Yeah, as he said earlier this week, Mercury's in Gatorade.
Yeah. That I was like, where did she stop loving me? And we've all had the position where you're like, is someone pulling back in this relationship? What's happening? Mm-hmm. Usually, I'm always pulling away. They're stage 5 clingers. Not now, as my wife. I look back at the calendar. I was like, that one time. So she rebooked my appointment for Kind Body, and then a potential client that had ties to the White House rolled in with the time that they wanted to connect with me happened to be overlap with the time that I was supposed to go over there and give a specimen and give some blood. So as the entrepreneur I am, I chose work over a potential baby. And
now you know the part of me that's your friend says, "Oh, Oscar, come on!" But the part of me that runs this business, I'm like, "Attaboy."
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't want to do that. This is a big deal. When did this all happen?
2 Fridays ago.
So there's residual tension probably from that. Did you? I mean, did it hurt her feelings when you did that?
I didn't ask about her feelings. I just moved on with life because we had business to take care of.
You're a monster.
He's a monster.
But I don't know.
Have you rescheduled?
No, not as of yet, because I think there was some confrontation about how come I didn't go and I chose work over a baby. And I said, well, technically it was a procedure. We didn't know what was going to happen from there. And it
Could you just drop off some blood?
And then she said at that point,
don't enable him.
She said at that point she was fine. I'll just do my side of the. And I just wasn't.
No. All right, now I'm stopping. Now we're having.
This is why he should never have a child.
No, he will be. It'll be different when he has a kid. Yeah. It'll be different when he has a kid until the kid's like 13 or 14.
Well, by the time when he's 13, that's when the kid becomes useful. That's when he'll really love the kid.
Yeah, I'm counting. Yeah. By the way, if I can just make it about me for just a second here, I'm counting on the fact that just about the time my son enters the terrible teens, I will be getting frail enough where he might feel sorry for me.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and that was the plan all along.
All along, that it'll be like, it's just like, you come back here. Anyway, I
shove
think
me up, shove me up.
Pull me up, push me up. Yeah. There you go. You don't talk to me like that, miss. How dare you? I'll fight you even in this chair.
Don't count on it, Mike. I've been in the hospital and my kids didn't feel sorry for me.
Hey, intervention. You gotta row the same boat with her on this one.
Exactly.
I thought you were going to say
give
what
her
I
the
had
love.
to do.
This is a delicate time for her. It's a delicate time for the marriage. You got to go for it. I want you to.
I don't feel great about making that decision, but we did close that deal, which is great.
Excellent.
Rob doesn't think you should be a father. I do. I think you should be a father.
In the long run, one of us will be happy because he'll either be a dad or he won't be a dad.
Yeah, but you're not going to be happy if he's not a dad, are you? You're not that much of a monster yourself.
Mike, anyone can be a father. But it takes something special to be a dad.
I'm going to throw up right now. I'm going to throw up. Oh, my God. By the way, beautiful anniversary picture of Rob and Carrie last night at the restaurant. I am so happy that it's going that way. She sounds excited about New Orleans.
She's out of her mind.
It's like, I just think, based on the way she's acting, that you are like re-engaged in your world too, and I think
we actually are.
Very cool.
That's very cool. And you know what? You made my day though, because you commented on the video I put up of Big Daddy from the 1950s.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
And that was very special to me. I really appreciate you taking the time to take a look at that.
Rob online on Facebook posted a video of his grandfather, Big Daddy, back in the day, like 1955, something like this.
Yesterday was his 108th birthday.
Where he's in a bowling alley with duckpin bowling, and they show him bowling, and then they super slow-mo it, which was big technology in the day, and you watch it. And the only thing I thought outside of how sweet it was to see that video was, look at that athleticism. What happened?
The gun show was in town for him.
It was in town. He was wiry, thin.
Anyone who ever shook that man's hand, even up until the end, you felt it. He was a strong fella.
Strong like
And he hated, if you do get a chance to peek at it, it's on my Facebook page. He hated that movie because what they did is they set up duck pins in a 10-pin lane. So it wasn't exactly ideal for him to bowl, and he couldn't get a strike. He couldn't do it. And he was bitter.
Oh,
very bitter.
That's forever.
But he does look, his form is amazing. It's fun to watch. It is.
Yeah. So I think that this is time. I'm thrilled to hear that you're pursuing this. Yeah. I look forward to hearing more about it.
Technically, I still have to do my part.
Where is the state of emotions, happiness? Where are you right now after the most recent events?
My brother asked me this yesterday. This is wonderful therapy. Thank you.
Okay.
I said, I gotta be honest with you. I think we're just friends right now, and maybe we'll get back on the same page.
Has there been a question of your fertility in the past, or is she just trying to ease you into it?
No, I think the piping might be off on my end. We'll figure it out.
No, they'll figure it out. They got modern medicine to do that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Just make sure they don't unhook it.
Right now, we're just friends.
Yeah. And, if not, I'd be happy to. That's what airports are for.
Stop it.
We'll be right back.
Disgusting.
Power 95. Twitch patrol lines are open. Hey, who is this?
I shouldn't tell you.
Why? Do I know you?
Hello? What happened? What happened?
What happened?
Do I...
Hold on. I'm checking.
Why don't you play something else and we'll figure that out
Okay, I'm
afterwards.
trying to.
That
Yeah,
was
we'll
sudden.
see you in New Orleans.
The
It's going to be
can't wait
great.
The
till this happens
iPad
in New
has
Orleans.
has
Has
just
it died?
seized. Yeah. No, it's up though. It's
That's why we shouldn't-
Oh, here we go.
Power 95. Twitch.
I shouldn't tell you.
Why? Do I know you?
Yes, you do.
Okay. Is this Jim Amato?
No.
Have I had fun with you within the past 2 months?
Yes.
Okay, that cuts it down to 1,000. Are you?
Outside.
No.
Are you Jolene White?
No.
Are you Linda Hart?
Yes.
This is really screwed up. I'm sorry.
Why don't we
gentlemen.
just
Yeah.
run something
I'll
else?
run a promo in post.
Hey, everybody,
Thank
the
you.
weather is gorgeous, so lighten up and enjoy it. Dadgrass is great anytime. It can help you chill out before a big meeting or be the replacement for that evening glass of wine. Dadgrass is legal organic hemp that relaxes your body and mellows your mind. Dadgrass CBD products are made with 100% organic hemp that's easy to dose and the effects come on smooth. Try their token smokable pre-rolled joints, or if you prefer, hemp flower, or their selection of CBD tincture drops. Whether you're looking for a new buzz or a chill way to enjoy an old favorite, Dadgrass will leave you in a euphoric mood. All Dadgrass products are federally legal for ages 18 and over, and it ships right to your door anywhere in the U.S. Go to dadgrass.com/TMOS to check out their products. Right now, Dadgrass is offering our listeners 20% off your first order when you go to dadgrass.com/TMOS. Go to dadgrass.com/TMOS for 20% off your first order. That's dadgrass.com/TMOS. So I'll tell you, and I rarely dole out the compliments, Rob, but I have to say, you don't have many of those snafus on the board like that. It just, you might forget to press something, or you might miss something with your finger, but a full-fledged technological meltdown doesn't happen very often.
The iPad, we've reset it. Let's see how we do.
Okay, so we're going to go. Are you ready? Can you do the Town of Sound?
I can do the Town of Sound, but we have to play the stager.
Okay. All right, let's do it right now.
Sound.
We call this stereophonic sound.
Soundtown.
I don't like to choose favorites. I think it's like trying to choose a favorite child, but this is my favorite tape of today. I even talked to Oscar about it. Did you see the young man who swallowed the dog toy?
I did not. The squeaky dog toy.
Yes,
right?
this is great. He was teasing his mom by running around with the dog toy in his mouth, trying to, just annoy mom, as teenagers do. And as moms do, she hit him with a 2-liter bottle of soda, and he swallowed the dog toy. So when he laughs, it squeaks like a dog toy. So here's the story and a sample of the young man's laugh.
He's sitting there annoying me with this dog toy. I get a 2-liter bottle and I'm like, Jonathan, I'm going to hit you if you don't stop. And when I go to grab it, it's empty. And he ducks and he swallows it. He was like king of the hospital. All the doctors and nurses would go in there and be like, hey, can you make the noise for us?
That's the kid laughing.
He actually ingested the whole thing.
They showed the X-ray. It was so perfect. I mean, this could have killed him because it could have choked him, but it landed perfectly so the air would pass through it.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Oh my! Can I hear it one more?
Yeah,
Do you have it separate?
He's
I can move forward to it. Here
Can
we
you
go.
make the noise for us?
You can hear him laughing.
I know.
He's sitting there
So anyway, I love that. Now, there's a YouTuber named Gus Johnson. And what he
Hey,
likes...
Gus Johnson, you mean the sportscaster?
No, I mean a guy on YouTube. And
Gus Johnson.
what he does is he goes around and he finds 1-star reviews of businesses and reads them. And this is a liquor store in his town that got many 1-star reviews. I really liked this.
Liquor store, 1 star. Orange juice I bought expired the month before and came out of the container brown color. James, you might have bought some whiskey. I don't know, dog. Chris over here's not having it. He gives 1 star and says, hey, liquor's bad, y'all. Chandler leaves a 1-star review and said, just had a bottle fall through the bag the clerk put it in before I even made it out the door. The owner's response, should have held it from the bottom. I used to go here multiple times a week. I don't know, Chandler, sounds like you dropped some and it's your fault, and also you used to go there multiple times a week. Hey, here's a good review. David says 4 stars, drunk.
4 stars, drunk.
I'm loaded. I love the place. It's fantastic. Very good.
And you can see the old man. Should have held it from the bottom.
Yeah, come on now. What are you doing? Steve Bridges Liquors.
Now, Oscar sent me this. This is from a program called The Dave Portnoy Show. And apparently there's a character on it named Rico. And they put this on the TikTok, and they just said, classic Rico freak out.
This guy rages out on a regular basis.
And,
just a regular dude that's on the show.
Yeah, and I love not so much the freak out, but the reaction of the hosts.
He's the only guy who ever the history of the universe.
How many f***ing times did I say don't say that? You better f***ing cut it. You better f***ing cut it.
Kirk?
Yes, hello. Yeah.
Yes, hello, yeah.
They're just sitting there. That's a guy, a regular guy on the show, and he just has a full-fledged
He got a 1 month suspension for it.
What got bleeped was
I couldn't make it out.
You're the only, kid, the guy that has a kid on the internet. Like he was basically, calling him out on they're just breaking each other's balls.
Okay,
right?
right.
But you can't.
Was
tell,
it Rico that they were giving a crap about having their kid on the internet?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay,
but.
Can I hear it again, please?
Yeah, the response to the CEO of the broadcast company who's on the show is probably not appropriate.
Yeah. Here we go. Let's go to the tape, Mike. Here we go.
Get M&M's, the milk chocolate.
This iPad, man.
He's the only guy who ever the history of the universe.
How many f***ing times did I say don't say that?
What has he said? How many effing times did I say what?
Don't say that.
Yeah.
Okay, play it one more time.
Yeah.
Sorry, I love these.
No, this is
from the top.
He's the only guy who ever the history of the universe.
How many f***ing times did I say don't say that? You better f***ing cut it. You better f***ing cut it.
You better effing cut it?
Yeah.
Cut it out of the show?
Yeah.
They obviously didn't pay attention to that?
Yeah. No, not at all. Not at all. And in fact, they went
so the guy
viral
gets
with it.
lit up when he says, hey, he's the only guy with a kid on the internet.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's too
You better
funny.
cut it. You better effing cut it.
How many times? Come on now. Get out of here. Famous meltdowns. We've had a few of those over the years.
Mike, it's a holiday today. We celebrate one of the greater candies there is, I dare say. Today is National M&M Day.
Get M&M's, the milk chocolate melts in your mouth, not in your hand.
I need a bag of those right now.
Yeah.
I could eat 3 bags.
Given your choice, peanut or regular?
Oh, boy.
Oh, come on. That's an easy.
I think really, at the end of the day, I find the peanuts inside of M&M's to be weird peanuts a lot. That taste weird. I like the regular M&Ms.
Oscar, peanut for me too. I think it's got a better.
I can do with it. I've always enjoyed though when I'm really getting a chocolate fix. I want the peanuts.
It is excellent.
The non-peanuts.
The non-peanut ones are excellent. But you know what? Stay away from the stuff that have like pretzels.
I don't like the hybrids.
Yeah, I
like them in cookies too.
Yes.
If you put an M&M in a cookie, I'm all over that. You put M&M in a McFlurry. The M&M, I gained 30 pounds eating the M&M McFlurries.
And Mike, cake.
Swear to God, I did.
Cake decorations. M&M's
Sure.
on a cake. Yeah.
Hey, if that floats your boat,
Yeah.
knock your socks off. That's great.
And on a creme brulee, it's healthier.
Yes, the healthy version, the diet, Rob's diet creme brulee.
Just a few M&Ms, please.
Just a few
I don't
M&Ms.
want the Carrie. I don't want the lava cake. I'm going to go with the light fare, the creme brulee, the solid custard coursing into my diabetic body with the sugar shell on top.
Although my sugar
Yes.
was okay this morning, which was a nice sign. I pounded
Well,
water.
your
and I did
sugar's
okay.
okay because you lost 300 pounds, pal.
Don't get excited.
Well, no, I'm just saying that I can have a creme brulee every 6
Or
months.
10.
I got my work in November. I get to take it early. We'll see what happens. By the way, I don't know what the results are going to be, but I'll, I've got other things to deal with right now.
Okay, Mike, in Australia, they're not called morning show hosts. They're called breakfast show hosts.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And this seemed to be sort of like a he said, she said type show. And the she is deathly afraid of spiders. So when they put a tarantula on her arm to climb up, she passed out.
If you don't feel comfortable, we don't have to. That's not a problem at all.
You want to stop?
No, I can't.
You sure?
Yeah.
The most important thing is that you feel safe and that you feel comfortable.
Oh, no, oh, hang on. All right, hang on. We need to go to a break. Yeah, we need to go to a break. Yeah, we'll
Got
come
a
back.
break. She's pissed out.
She's pissed out.
She fell over the billabong near the baby. She's pissed out because she's got a giant spider all crawling up her arm there. And those Australian spiders, I'm sure what it looked like.
Yeah. Oh, this thing had a saddle on it. It was horrible. But we wish her best. That is all I have for you today.
Oh, that's it? Are we done?
We're
All right,
done.
we're done. We got to get out of here?
Yeah.
Hey, don't forget, we got a great bonus show tomorrow, everybody. I'm sure you'll enjoy that. Check it out. Please do. How come this isn't coming through my iPad right now? Can you hear this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's not doing anything. I'm totally confused.
I hear the music.
We can hear it.
Let me see if the volume works. Nope, it's not working. That's okay.
Do you have anything soloed out? Do you see the solo button?
Nah, I'm not going to deal with that right now. Don't have time. I'm a busy guy. I'm a really, really busy guy. Hey, we got to take a powder. We're going to be back on Monday with a brand new regular show.
Yeah, tomorrow. Bonus show.
For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, Mike O'Mara saying, so long, everybody.
Thank you, Apple.
Ciao, ciao.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
We're finished talking.
Volume's up and I can't turn it down at all myself.